Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? Welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. Today I'm just going to be doing like a one pot meal type thing. And I'm going to be doing a fajita. I mean, there's times when I go into all the seasonings and stuff like that and it takes me a little while, but I just need something for supper, and that's what I'm just going to do it the easy way, okay? So this is my thing says sirloin tip thin, and some people call it skirt steak, and some people call it just thin fajita steak. But what I'm doing is I've laid it out here. It comes in very thin little pieces, and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it against the grain, okay? Just little thin pieces. Now you can mix you up something really good, and you can put your meat in there. You can use chicken instead of steak. So I know y'all don't want to watch me slice all this, but I'm slicing it against the grain, okay? And it makes it more tender and everything. So I'm just slicing it against the grain instead of this way. Now this is very good for what we use it for. Because you don't want a real thick piece of sirloin when you're doing a fajita. You don't want it real thick, so you want it tender. We have the greatest little Mexican place out next to us, and when the flood came through, it flooded and destroyed everything, I think, just about it that they had, and just so sad. So sad, but we miss them so very much. And so just wanting something quick and easy. And you can, it seems like there's about 3 or 4 pieces that came in this steak. And you know, I usually use what we've got with our own cows, but I don't think I was able to get up and down the staircase today to go down to find me some. So we just want to make sure you cut this against the grain. And if you say, well, Nan, I don't understand what that means. You see, there's little grooves going like this. That's the grain. You can see it. You can see all the little pieces up and down through there. Instead of cutting it along with that grain, you want to cut it against it, the opposite way. That helps it not be tough. I know so many seasoned cooks and stuff, but there's a lot of people that watch that say, Nan, I didn't have any idea. So I've got one more piece, and I'm going to get these all ready and we'll get started. I've got my little grill. Sometimes I had a little bit more than I could fit on my cast iron skillet. So first of all, I'm going to take probably a couple tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to take a little bit of olive oil. And I've got both of these eyes on. I've got this one on and this one on, which heats up back here and here. And I'm going to heat this up a little bit. The butter and the olive oil. And we're going to work on getting our steak. You want it on about a medium high. You don't want it on high. I'm just heating up my pan right now. It's warm. Let that melt back there. Get it all off there. Now, I'm going to take my steak. I was gonna, like I said, I was gonna do it in my iron skillet, and couldn't do it because it didn't think my vegetables and this meat would all fit in there. I ended up putting 2.5 pieces of this. Some people call it flank steak. Some people call it just sirloin thin steak. Like I said, some call it skirt steak. There we go. Now, I'm going to take, and I know my hands have been on that steak, but I'm going to take, this is McCormick fajita spices. I'm going to put just a little bit. Now, sometimes when I'm feeling froggy, feeling like I got enough energy, sometimes I mix all my seasoning up myself. Ruby. It's about time for Jackson to come going. And I'm going to save just a little bit for my vegetables, okay? And I'm going to turn these down a little bit. About on medium. You don't want them, you know, to start too fast. Let me see what Ruby's after. It smells so good. I just went and got my little heavy press there. You can see I've got onions, green peppers, and I've got onions, green peppers, and red peppers. So I'm going to set that right there. We're just going to fry our steak up so it's nice and tender. I like mine to be just a little bit crusty. You know, I don't want it just to be like it's been cooked or boiled in water. I like a little brown on my meat. So we'll be back in a few minutes. We're getting somewhere now, okay? Now I'm going to remove that just a minute. Hang on a minute. And I'm going to put my vegetables in there. What was that? I don't know what in the world that was. Hang on a minute. Oh, I don't know what that was. Something sounded like it fell, but I don't see a thing. Just them vegetables. Get the meat up on top. Now, I'm going to take the rest of my fajita mix. Put it on my vegetables. You put just a tad bit more of the olive oil over the top of the vegetables. And I'm going to sprinkle, I spilled a little bit of my seasoning, so I'm going to put just a little bit more. We like a good flavor. You put how much you want. There we go. We'll be back when these things are done. Oh, I've got a mess around here. Just bear with me, okay? Just I think those are done enough. We like ours to be crispy, but have a little snap to them. You know, I'm talking about our vegetables. Okay. Okay. Now I'm going to turn these off. Now I've grated some white cheddar cheese. I'm going to put that all over. Y'all don't have to do this. We like the white cheese. Just grated that a few minutes ago. And a little bit of mozzarella. Just a little bit. Come on now. Come on now, don't be ugly. Oh. I'm going to have to get my knife out here. There we go. Oh. And I'm going to put a little bit of shredded mozzarella on there, okay? You put your favorite. And then we're going to get ready to plate it. Okay. I've got a mess over here, but young'uns, I'm just doing the best I can today. Okay. I've got, you get your favorite. Get your favorite. This is just one that I thought would save a few carbs. This is Extreme Wellness High Fiber Blend. It's tortilla wraps. And I'm going to pop one of these in the microwave real quick just to heat it up. Just on a few seconds. I don't want it too hot. And not much. Woo. Woo, woo, woo. Okay, I've got some brown rice here, and I'm going to take my fajita. Yum, yum, yum. Yum, yum, yum. That'll be a plenty for me. I can also sprinkle a little bit more of the cheese through there. We're going to wrap it up. As soon as I tear that over. And then I'm going to put a little pico de mayo pico. I'm going to put a little pico right on top. I love a little pico on mine. And I'm going to put a little sour cream on mine. This is just me. You all put whatever. This is just supper. Sorry it doesn't look that good because, oh mercy. Now Papa, when he comes home, I'm going to have him a little refried beans with his and some rice. And we will definitely, let me get a picture real quick. Okay, let's try a bite, okay? I'm gonna cut a little bit of that. You can pick it up if you want to, but so good. A little bit of sour cream, a little pico. Tastes delicious. This is just a weeknight quick one pot one pot meal. The steak has such a good flavor. You can add your little salt to it. I'm trying to stay away from the salt a little bit more right now. Pop will add some to his. Okay. Oh, well, I thank y'all for coming and joining with me today. Thank you for just taking your time out to be with me. This is not anything fancy. This is just things that we can buy at the supermarket, and we can buy this at the supermarket, and we can do it ourselves, okay? So just want to tell y'all how much I love you, how much the good Lord loves you. You know, I don't know if y'all ever listened to this preacher, but he passed on and went to be with the Lord a long time ago. His name is Adrian Rogers. I love to listen to Adrian Rogers. And last night I was thinking how exhausted I felt. Maybe this is for somebody besides me, you know. I was thinking how exhausted I felt. And the good Lord just popped him up on a reel on my Facebook page. So I went over to listen to the sermon. And it was in Nehemiah. And it was talking about, you know, we have times whenever we get exhausted. We get physically, mentally, spiritually exhausted. And sometimes we have to rest. Even the Lord rested. Even the Lord, he took him little sabbaticals where he rested. And, you know, Adrian was talking about how he sat on the well and rested while the disciples went to get food for them. And then how he laid down in the boat when the storm was raging and went to sleep. Jesus had the same things that we had. He felt pain. He felt loneliness. He felt tired and exhausted. He gave his life to witnessing and talking to and going from town to town and place to place, witnessing about his God, about his Father, about him, telling people, if you drink this water, you'll never thirst again. And I just got to thinking about that. And when I woke up, I'm telling this, I can't believe I'm telling this, but when I woke up, I could barely get out of the bed. I was exhausted. And not just exhausted, but fatigued, so pushing one foot in front of the other. And I know everybody has days like that. I'm not the only one. But isn't it amazing how that God, you know, he just says you got to stop. You got to stop and rest. So that's why y'all got a quick little supper tonight, is because that I'm just tired. I'm worn out. And I just needed to listen to the Lord last night when he said, slow down. Because if you don't, that fatigue and that exhaustion, mentally, physically, spiritually, it can turn into depression. And we don't want that to happen, okay? We just have to hang on to the Lord. And if you have a bad day and you can't move or you're struggling, just go lay down. Just go lay down. No matter what people say, go away or take you a little vacation, take you a little time off, and just say, I have to have a day off. I have to have a day or two off. I'm going to rest. I'm going to take care of myself, because nobody else is going to do it for you. And we don't want that to turn into depression. That's what the Lord spoke to my heart last night. And when I woke up totally fatigued to where I just had to sit down and thought, I can't move, I can't go another step, the Lord spoke to my heart and said, that's why I sent you that message last night. It's time to rest. So I have sat in my recliner most of the day, and I knew we had to have supper. So I thought, what's quick that I can cook up real quick and have something. So I love y'all from the bottom of my heart, and want you to know how very much that God loves you. No matter what we're going through, He knows what we're going through. He's already experienced it. He's already been there before us. He knows, and he prepares the way for us. Young'uns, sometimes I just need him to put his arms around me and pull me right up next to him and comfort me and love on me, and I know you do too. So I'm going to go, and I hope that you are comforted by the great comforter today. I hope that you are blessed by the Lord of all lords and God of all gods. So many times I think, Lord, I lift your name higher than any name in the universe, because he's worthy. He's worthy, young'uns. He's worthy. Even in hard times, even in struggles, the good Lord, he brings us through, don't he? Sometimes it's not the way we think it ought to be, but God knows what we need. Well, I didn't mean to get on here and start this. I just love y'all and want you to know how much that I love you and how much the good Lord loves you. So much more. I will see you next time, Lord willing, okay? Bye-bye.